So we're gonna give you the winners and losers of this list, and I do want to start with you, OG, just because I want to hear your loser. But we'll start with your winner and loser of this list of what you think is going to be great and what you think is not going to hit well with the fans.
So if I were to choose winner, well, first of all, the entire Pixar segment of the studio panel was a huge winner for me. I thought he crushed it, and the way at the end when he said, I don't know how he said it. This is going to be incredible. And then the Incredibles logo, boom. It was like that one more thing that Steve Jobs used to do.
Yeah.
Pete Docter just mic dropped. And so that whole segment to me was a huge win. But Elio was really like my favorite. I was kind of surprised how much I really liked that. I wasn't even really too hyped for it, but it really won me over. That was a huge W. The big L of the evening was Snow White. It was an embarrassment. This is Walt Disney's like one of his greatest achievements. It was the first animated film of all time. And he was so proud of that film. And then to see how they kind of just massacred it, like the dwarves were really was not it. I mean, they should have used real little people, who's the dude Tones from Game of Thrones?
Peter Dinklage.
Yes, him, and that's what they should have done. Instead there were these weird Polar Express kind of cringy looking CGI people.
But wasn't it Peter Dinklage who was actually against using little people as far as actors wise?
I thought he was the opposite. I thought he was advocating for that. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, there was something with him with that. Yeah. But I don't know. That was horror. I was secondhand embarrassed with the Snow White thing. I thought it was horror. The whistle while you work stuff was just. It looks.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Really? Yeah,
I really hate to say this because I love Disney, but I give credit where credit's due, and I criticize that movie. Looks like absolute garbage.
Bob. Yeah, he said that. Okay. Yeah, you just lost your special accent, George.
Man. I was looking forward to Palm Springs too.
Fuck, man, and it sucks. It sucks. Like I said, I mean, I hate having to keep saying it, but we don't want it to suck. But it just gives off the vibe, and we're gonna be honest with you of what we think about something, if we dislike or like something. And unfortunately, from what OG's saying, it doesn't look that good. So.
No, but I will say this: the one bright spot of it is I think Rachel Zegler. I like her a lot. I think she's not too bad on the eyes either. You know what I'm saying? But I think she's great. I think she's really talented. I thought she was fantastic in West Side Story. So I love her. I think she's fantastic. But the movie
I'm actually gonna disagree with you on that a little bit. I love Rachel. West Side Story, perfect for this role. I don't know. I kind of got that vibe, when they showed us the footage of how Johnny Depp was as Captain Jack Sparrow in Dead Men Tell No Tales. It just felt like he was out of it, in the character. It just wasn't it seemed like she was bothered, and it kind of showcased through the acting. It just felt like it wasn't the full gusto that you usually get with Rachel. Because as I said, I've seen West Side Story. I absolutely love her in West Side Story. So
yes.
But I don't know. I just felt like it was a miss for me as far as I don't know if it was, and again, no hit, nothing against her acting. I just felt like in that moment for that role, I don't know. I just felt like that she wasn't giving it her all.
Well, and here's the thing, she's phenomenal. She's a great singer. She's a great actress. It was probably the direction with the film. I mean, I think that's probably what happened. Because we've seen she has it in her. West Side Story is great.
Yeah.
So it's just the film production. I mean, whatever they have going on over there, it's just not working.
So I'm assuming that's your George. That's also your loser of the day is that movie.
That's my loser of the day. My winner, actually, believe it or not, is Mandalorian and Grogu. I'm going to just kind of say, based off of the fans' reaction to the trailer itself that we were introduced, I think this seems like back to the basics of a great Star Wars story. And I hope that is the direction that they keep. I hope that's the direction that it goes, because I feel like this is going to be the film that will project Lucasfilm to continue on with Star Wars. I feel like that if this is going to be a big miss, which I don't think it will, but I'd be kind of worried about for like Star Wars movies moving forward, because this is going to be the first one back in theaters in how long. And I think it was a safe bet that they did Mandalorian over Rey, because they showed nothing like of Rey, like as like a film. Like there was no kind of like rough cuts or like nothing. They didn't even mention it. So I think
all you hear is that it's going to happen, and then we get nothing, like no announcements, no.
And I think that they're waiting for the Mandalorian. I think this is like once it solidifies it, it's a hit and it's good to go. Then off the back of Mandalorian, I think at the next D23 we'll get more info on Rey.
Yeah, and I know we're tight for time, but that's the thing. I think that coming off of Rise of Skywalker, you know, they need like a big win right now. Theatrically, it's been what, like 5 years now, you know. So they need a big win, and the Rey movie is too risky. Yeah. Look, and I'm not against. Yeah, I'm not against sequel trilogy content. I think that you can. I think there's an opportunity there, like the Clone Wars series, sort of. I think that changed the perception of the prequels in a good way. You know, when they did the Clone Wars series, you know, I think that was a good thing. You kind of put some meat on them bones. You can kind of do the same with sequel trilogy content and kind of change that perception. So I think it's a good thing, you know, to do sequel trilogy stuff, but it's just way too soon. You got to have a surefire win, at least right now. Once you get a couple of wins under your belt, then you can go in there and start doing riskier stuff like
risky
Rey.
Shit. Yeah, exactly. You know? Exactly. Now for Jay Shear, I'd love to hear your winners and losers as well.
Oh man, it's okay. So a couple things. I'm going to answer this for me when I'm a winner and when I'm a loser, because for me, I think it's going to be a little different than like what OG and George are saying in terms of winners and losers from a revenue standpoint on Disney's point. I'm just going to talk about the creativity within Disney. Two biggest winners, in my opinion, are I haven't seen the footage yet of Daredevil Born Again. However, the way that they restructured that show gives me a high degree of confidence in it.
100%.
Because they basically looked at, we have a Netflix show that was amazing. It's my favorite TV show in the history of television. I love that show. We have a great TV show. Then he shows up in She-Hulk. She-Hulk is very divisive. People do not love She-Hulk. And then what do they end up doing? They end up going back to the Daredevil casting crew that we wanted from the first part. So bring that back. I love that. That's a huge win for me. The other thing that's a huge win for me is Andor season 2. The actress, one of the actresses, came out and said, I don't know how we could have gotten any better than season 1, but it's better than season 1. And that's a ridiculous thing to say, like, because season 1 was so good. I've never seen Star Wars that I would be like, that deserves an Emmy, but like Andor deserved any kind of Emmy that it could get. Like it was just such high quality. I love that. Losers for me, again, they're not going to be money losers. They're going to make a ton of money, and it just is what it is. But I have not been able to get behind the Disney live action stuff. Like it doesn't get me in the theater. I would be in the theater tomorrow if there was a new 2D animated Disney movie, right? Yep. But unfortunately, they want to keep making these live action things that are okay. Fine, some of them make $1 billion. That's great. They didn't make any money from me because I just watch it at home when it's on Disney Plus or whatever. So those are just too many of those. Like you've got Mufasa, you've got Stitch, you've got Snow White. Every single one of those, my answer is why? Like I prefer the cartoon. I don't know why I need to watch this, whatever. To OG's point, make Mufasa a cartoon, 2D animated. I'm in, so yeah, those are my winners and losers.
You make Mufasa an animated prequel, but like on the same scope and scale of the original, and I think you have a huge hit on your hands. But
but you would have to get the original voice actors for the animated and not the live action, so to speak. So like if you're going to do it like in like 2D animation fashion for Timon and Pumbaa, I want Nathan Lane and Ernie Sabella. Like I don't want Seth Rogen and I forget the actor who does Timon.
But you're right. You need the original cast, as many of the originals that you can get.
For me, Fantastic Four. I think it's in a different. It's a winner for me because it's going into a different direction when it comes to Marvel. And even though we saw the old Fantastic Fours, those were different from what we're going to be getting now because it's going there. I believe they're going to try to incorporate this with the phases, if you will. So I love the cast. I thought the cast was, like I said, perfect. The only question was Pedro Pascal, but I have total faith in him that he will change my mind. And just the storyline that, the timeline or where they're at in, I believe the 60s or something like that, right? The 50s or 60s. I love that. I love that aspect to it. And I think this is definitely going to be a winner. Snow White is definitely one of those where you guys are. I'll form my own opinion once it comes out and all that good stuff. But from what you guys are telling me, those are the negative things that I do like in film. So I would have to say that it's close to. But Percy Jackson to me is just something that I don't understand what direction they're going in. And shout out to X-Rod and Candid, because they read the books and they were really pissed off on what the hell they were watching within the show, because there's certain lore that goes into Percy Jackson that we didn't get to see. There was no action. It just, the storyline was just something that didn't catch your eye and or keep you watching. And we're getting a season 2 with high hopes, and it's confusing to me. So not that people who enjoyed it, like, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, but I just don't think a season 2 was something that was going to be coming this soon. But like I said, season 2 might be a fucking banger. You never know. You never fucking know. But we'll see. We'll definitely have to see. Any last words before we get out of here, fellas?
No, just thank you for having us on. I missed hanging out with you, you guys. It's been a while, so it's fun. It's fun being back.
I'll start with you, George. Thank you again for joining, brother. You've been away for a month, but you look tan as hell.
Yeah, it does.
Thank you. Yeah, and the lighting isn't even doing it justice. Like, I look like the Italian version of Julio Iglesias. So,
yeah.
But I'm glad I was able to join. It's been a while, so
I like how you're like you got like the white circles around where your glasses are.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Like, so vacation mode. It's not even funny.
No, but it's great. I'm glad I was able to join. And, yeah. So,
of course.
Yeah. So coming off the last leg.
And when you get back, I want to. I mean, off camera, of course. I want to hear your adventures for sure. But go ahead and tell the people, or remind the people where they can find you on social media.
Absolutely. You could find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Disney George. You could also find me on Instagram under the Disney Italiano. And of course, you could find me on my home base at Orange Grove 55 with Citrus Corner, with all that sweet, juicy, but sometimes sticky Disney news and info.
Hey, Sheer, always a pleasure talking to you, bro. Thank you again for joining us. If you could
always a pleasure to be here, man. I loved talking about House of the Dragon with you. That was so fun. That was some of my favorite stuff to talk about. If you haven't watched those episodes, go back and watch the House of the Dragon episodes. Yes, those are fantastic. But yeah, thanks for having me on. And if people want to find me, Orange Grove 55, or How Stories Work with Jay Shear, and then maybe on the festival circuit. So we'll see you there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure you go give these two gentlemen a follow. OG, thank you again for joining me, brother. I appreciate you as always, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Always a good time, Tones, and George and Jay. Always pleasure, brothers. Yeah, you can find me on Orange Grove 55, where we talk theme park, studio, corporate, all that good stuff. We even do music video reactions over there now. It's just a little fun. We just have a good time over there. But check us out, Orange Grove 55. Also on Twitter at Orange Grove 55, and on Instagram, Orange Grove 55.
Yes, sir. Guys, make sure you guys please go give them a follow. You guys will love their content. Not just saying that because they're my friends. You guys will enjoy every video. I'm telling you. If you guys like this video, please comment and let us know what you guys thought about the movies that came out. Let us know what you guys thought about D23 if you went, or if you guys heard anything about it. Make sure you guys are subbing with notifications on so you guys are notified once a video is uploaded. Don't forget to like the video. If you guys want to follow me on social media, Tones_TV on all platforms. And we got some big news coming for the Bad Thoughts podcast. I will be announcing probably on Monday of next week, which is the 26th. So make sure you guys are following along. All right. But appreciate you guys for watching. As always, I love y'all.